Lots of allegations about the ANC by Andre de Ruyter have received both backlash and support from political parties as well as civil society. According to the former Eskom CEO, the power utility is a feeding trough for the political party, and he'd been steering the Eskom ship for 3 years now when he was told on Wednesday to resign with immediate effect. So let's get some reaction to these events from the chairperson of Parliament's Public Enterprise Portfolio Committee, Magaxa, joining me this morning to take this conversation forward. And thank you so much, Khaya, for your time, and good morning to you. Your reaction as the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises. I mean, I understand the Eskom board releasing a statement saying through its spokesperson, Sikunati Mantshantsha, that they were not too happy with his conduct in the interview, and I suppose that also contributing to his immediate release as, Eskom CEO. But your reaction this morning?
Well, the only reaction as a member of the Portfolio Committee for Public Enterprises, whose responsibility is to make oversight. And we have been making an oversight, even getting a lot of accounts from Mr. Richards in terms of what is happening at Eskom on almost weekly basis. He never made mention of anything of that sort. Remember that Mr. Ruyter came in 2019, and he was part of the sixth administration, whose responsibility was to deal with all people who were highlighted or affected in the Zondo Commission, including people who participated in corruption of any sort. Therefore, we understood the sixth administration as an administration that was to clean all that mess there. For him, on the eve of his going, to come with such explosive information is a bit disappointing because we were encouraging him, we were providing all sorts of support and defending him in his work. He never, not a single day, made mention that billions are leaving Eskom behind the doors.
So he had never mentioned any of the allegations you're saying that we have heard as a country from his mouth to eNCA Larson, to you. He's never provided any evidence. He's never provided any data or information about whether it's looting at different power stations. There was no form of, official documentation from the former Eskom CEO, is what you're saying, in terms of what is the reality within the power utility. This is the first time you're hearing about this.
Yes, that's what shocked us. All what we knew about him is that everything that has been happening relating to corruption is because of the past administration, and it is an experience of the past administration. The current one, under his guide, is to look at all those people and make it a point that they are reported to the state agency, that they are dealt with, and they are fired from Eskom, and including, again, regaining the money that was lost. We're encouraging him about that. Of course, we understood that there were gains in that. A lot of money, a lot of millions have been recovered by Eskom under his leadership. Therefore, for him to surprise us with such information, it was becoming very, very, very serious.
Yeah.
Hence, as a committee, we felt that it's important, whether he resign or not, to come back to us, because he still have to account on those.
And that leads to my next question, Mr. Magaxa, to say, what are then the next steps, particularly even for you as the portfolio on public enterprises, now that these allegations have been placed on the fore and have been made public? Yes, perhaps not in a manner that is ideal or that even follows protocol in terms of his engagement with yourselves, but what happens next?
Well, there were amounts of billions, a lot of money. As people who are playing an oversight role, we cannot lay that lie. We have to call him to the committee so that he can take us through who are these politicians that are stealing from Eskom, and who are the people behind them, and so that we can be in a position to deal with those people. We have lost a lot of money at Eskom. There's no way that we can allow that to continue.
And what does dealing with these, alleged perpetrators look like? What does it mean? What can you actually do? What role can you play as the portfolio? Once those names have been put to the fore, once that evidence has been provided, what steps can you take, or are you willing to take?
Well, yes, that is our responsibility to take steps about those things. We have to expose those people and report them to the necessary authorities so that that process can take place to take them into account.
All right, we'll leave it there. Mr. Magaxa, thank you so much for your time, the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises, for joining us right here on the South African Morning. You're iterating that Andre de Ruyter will still need to present himself in front of the Portfolio Committee to further explain to them those startling and damning allegations made against those who are benefiting unduly from Eskom.